I made a video about meditation, and after a while I felt like I was in the La La Land. This is my thought that I went through. First, Vimalakirti. He's into Buddhism. His famous saying is, "People suffer, therefore I suffer." I had problems with Apple. I had a problem with my MacBook Air. They set up an appointment, but they did not show up. I waited and asked what happened to the support people. Support people said, I might have to wait a few days or possibly month. Is this what support people deal with a customer who bought a MacBook Air and have trouble? I did meditate, I could meditate, but after a while I felt like I was in a La La Land. So witnessing me like that, as if me watching myself, I decided not to do anything for a while. If I go back to the word of Vimalakirti, there's a sutra called Vimalakirti Sutra, and that's the famous saying, "People suffer, therefore I suffer." It's point the Bodhisattva way of life, that they can stay in awakened state, but they come back to the world where people suffer. Like I said, I resonate with that idea, and I post videos toward the idea of may all beings be happy out of suffering. And my computers I use is mainly for that purpose, and it's extension of my brain. But if it doesn't work, I get stuck, and I may have to wait. If the seeds land on a rock and don't have water, they cannot grow. So they wait. I don't do anything. I don't use my mind for anything, which is like meditating, just being silent, calm and quiet. But when Vimalakirti said, "I suffer because people suffer," but the suffering isn't suffering a delusion. If people are deluded and therefore they suffer, what is the condition of you suffer? My view is that you try to help them, but in the process, it's like a transference in psychological term, that people's suffering comes back to you, that you suffer. And in this case, the computer and the process of how to solve, we've been working with AI. That caused suffering to me. Also because people get confused with all the system like this Apple support or AI and get lost. Too much things going on, too fast, not customer friendly. We have to stop. If the society doesn't stop, we have to stop ourselves if we can. Some people may have a difficult time to stop because there may be a financial issues or timing issues that you want to achieve for the sake of us surviving and getting better. But if we cannot do it, you suffer. Vimalakirti suffer because people would be suffering. And maybe that's nature's way of what's happening as far as we ate the fruit of knowledge. So by definition, we get stuck in there. And the Buddha's way, for example, was to meditate, be at the calm and quiet mind state, connecting to your heart, and the heart will give you the answer. So you are not being punished. You just do whatever you can, including doing nothing, not using the mind. As the water settles, like a glass, water inside may be moving, but if the glass is put on the table and if it settles, the water is quiet, clear, not turbulent. So just be. More you use the brain, more we may get tangled up. That's what happened when I had the first meditation, Vipassana. I had a pain in the back. I tried to escape. That's kind of like a normal thing you do. But that was me trying to escape. And when I realized it was me trying to escape and let me to be gone, by just observing what the situation is, the pain went away. So it's beyond logic in a way. That's why I use the term like a la-la land. This is out of the brain's function, so to speak. The brain or the mind cannot get out of the suffering caused by ourselves unless we accept it, like I did in the meditation about the pain. No expectation of what to come if the pain is gone or not, but have faith and determination, perhaps, spending long time meditating, 10 days every day for 11 hours or more, until the water or the mind become clear. Society wants to improve. We want everyone to be happy. But that expectation is too much. We lose the balance. So the word La La Land may sound like a ridiculing the situation, but just be silent. World is busy moving forward, want to move forward, lots of suffering, but we cannot go with that. Still have difficulty, even if we don't go with that. Because as a living being, we are programmed to grow, expand. And if you stop, you have another difficulty against the way we may be built. So let's call it slow down and then find a middle way. Be patient, accept. There are those occasions, if you rush it, you get more into trouble. I can remember those instances. So, okay, you want the answer. The answer is to wait. No mind. Accept everything. And let the wisdom or compassion come. Eventually, I will die. Could be tomorrow, could be a few years later, but it's the same thing. You may want to grow, but you have to accept. And maybe dying in La La Land may be a way. No mind, no self. Empty mind. Just be everything as it is. May all beings be happy.